Are y'all as ready for Love and Marriage Huntsville to come back on as I am? Because, baby, I'm ready. My body is ready for more Love and Marriage Huntsville. But until then, Melody and Martell and Sheree are keeping us highly entertained until we get the new episodes coming back September the 10th, I believe. So let's dive into everything that we need to talk about with regards to Love and Marriage Huntsville. But we are also going to be combining this with our Basketball Wives recap because last night was the season finale and it's just so much news going on. Your boy got another video coming out with an interview with Jamie from Love and Marriage DC. That's coming out as well today. So there's just a lot of news to cover, and I just felt like it would be easier to cover in this video, okay? Now, we're going to start with Love and Marriage Huntsville because, as you guys know, some things have been popping off. There is the Martell and Sheree of it all, and there is also this new information that at least I just came across anyway, that I thought I would share with you guys because it looks as though the truce between Melody and Martell has ended. You know that Martell had went on vacation with Melody and the kids. We know that on the show, at least, it seemed as though Martell was, ready to fight down to the Huntsville, in battle, be defending that good Melody Holt, or we'll just have to see how that plays out on the show. But now it looks like things are not too good because we're learning that Martell Holt is suing Melody for full custody of the children now. So, Urban Bell Mac is reporting that in an interview with The Shade Room, Melody is letting us know that he is suing for full custody of his children with Melody. She says, to be honest with you, I actually had reached out to my attorney to do an official name change, right? And so I was planning on doing that process. Thought that it would be something in 30 days or less to change, no big deal. And then I found out that because I am currently in a custody battle that I am unable to change. So if you have any other proceeding happening in the state, you can't change your last name at the time. She then says, and so unfortunately, because I am dealing with that, I can't legally change my name yet. So she says, I started moving on it. And like I said, because of the fact that I'm being sued for custody, I cannot do it, referring to the name change. Now, she tells the interviewer, according to the Urban Bell Mag and the interview itself, you guys can watch that. I'll place both links to the article as well as to the video in the description so that you guys can watch it in full. She says that she finds his actions to be very interesting, especially since they have joint custody and have made an effort to split time equally. So that's very, very interesting to see that it has come to this space, because it almost felt to me like they had maybe were getting to a place where if they were able to vacation together, they were able to work out some sort of amicable arrangement so that this could be done, so that everybody benefits equally. Well, Melody was not done because she did another interview where she was asked about the Martell and Sheree of it all. So, Melody kind of threw a little bit of shade. She says, everybody has been watching media. So you look at the time frame, right? If you look at the time frame, do you think that there's been enough time for a person to mature, grow up and heal, do what needs to be done to be a better person? Do you think that? That's all I will say. She says that she found out about the relationship the same way everyone else found out, and her reaction was just like, oh, okay. I really didn't think much into it. I did not. And we have previously reported on that or whatever. And then she says, seeing the picture, to be honest, you can't expect a dog to have new tricks. So I think the behavior is a continuation of behavior that we've already witnessed. To be quite honest with you, even when my children met his son, I didn't know beforehand that he was introducing them. And so, as we had stated earlier, she goes on to say that, none of this really affects her, but she felt like, she doesn't expect anything differently from him in terms of having to find out via social media because, he continuously disrespects her and he's continuously inconsiderate of her feelings. And so it seems as though Sheree, according to Urbanville Mag, might have thrown a little bit of shade during this period of time that Melody Holt was doing interviews, because Tyrone Gilliams was also going viral as well for his own interviews. So Sheree posted this and says, y'all interview schedule popping today. Hashtag thank me later. Hashtag who gonna check me? Boo. Okay. Sheree with the subtle shade there. Very, very interesting. Y'all let me know what y'all think about this and if we'll see this play out on the new season of Love and Marriage Huntsville. Huntsville is the show that just won't quit, baby. It is content for days, for weeks, for months, for years, okay? And I'm all the way here for it, okay? So anyway, let's continue onward, right? So we also got to talk about Basketball Wives last night. And it was a season finale. And I got to tell you, to me, for a season finale, I appreciate how they attempted to wrap up the stories. And if you watch the season finale, go ahead and give me your rating in the chatterization down below. I mean, for me, I'm just going to rate it like maybe a 7.5. Mostly because I feel like, it kind of ended in the way that I predicted that it would end. You know what I'm saying? And we'll go through it. But just the predictability of it all, to me, I have to take away some points. But I'm going to actually I gave it the 0.5 that I did because it's very interesting to me that we got the trailer, or at least a teaser trailer for the new season, or at least the back half of the season, because it did state more to come. I'm assuming we'll get that when both Love and Marriage, not Love and Marriage, but Love and Hip Hop Miami and Atlanta are done airing. So I'm assuming we may not get that until like at least maybe December or January or something like that. But here's what I have to say about that. So the interesting parts to me were that Brooke states that she is getting a divorce because of, I believe, an alleged infidelity, if I remember correctly from the trailer, which cut off because of because of the Hulu or whatever. But nonetheless, I did catch it online. And then we get the reveal that British Williams will have a parole officer because, as she indicates in the preview, that she has to serve a mandatory 2-year sentence. Now, in my mind, I was wondering, why accept this job on radio knowing that you're going to have this 2-year sentence? Is it house arrest? What exactly is the 2-year sentence? So I guess we'll find out more. I'm actually going to look it up right now since we're talking about it, because I kind of feel like I want to see, if there's been any update on that based on, what the news outlets have been reporting. But she did reveal that information right then and there in the trailer. So I don't know. But in regards to the episode, I'm going to go ahead and run down what happened. And you guys tell me what you think about it, because I just didn't even also think that it warranted a full live, because there's just not much that really happened. We got the continuation of Jackie versus Brooke, and Jackie being escorted out. Essentially, she reconvenes with the ladies the next day. There's some bickering about a horse riding day that Jackie had already planned that Brooke now wants to take credit for. Jackie doesn't want Brooke to go. Neither does she want Brandy to go, but they end up showing up. There's enough horses for everybody. Everybody rides the horses. We also learned that, Jen has been dealing with all of these issues with her back. She's been hoping that Jelani would be able to come, and he pops up and surprises her and basically tells her that he wants to be in a committed relationship with her. I guess the thing that, I love this storyline for Jen, if it's true, because she's had such a hard time with her journey with love. But I don't know, not that everybody posts their relationship on social media, because listen, we grown at this point, and if I was her, I might not do it either. But I don't see any of that on her social media with regards to him. Even the scene where she was with him and they were out having drinks. That scene that she posted a photo from that scene, and she doesn't post him in the photo. So I don't know. It's just little telltale signs that I've kind of been trying to look for to make sure that this is real. And I wouldn't even have to ask these questions if it were some other show like A Love and Marriage Huntsville or Married to Medicine or something like that. But because we know of the shenanigans that tend to occur with basketball wives, at least based on what the cast has been giving us, you have to kind of look at everything with your second eye with this show. So even with this relationship, I kind of have to look at it like, is it really happening? But anyway, so we get that at the end of the show, there is this casino night that's planned by Jackie for Brandy to commemorate the memory of her father because her father loved casinos. All the ladies gather together. Malaysia even FaceTimes in because she wasn't available for any of this trip. And Malaysia FaceTimes in and she, wishes Brandy well, and she tells her she loves her. Brandy cries, but you can see Brooke and Duffy off in the corner looking a little bit concerned, like, oh Lord, Malaysia might be back in the circle again. We done tried our hardest to get rid of her, allegedly. But anyway, Malaysia, we also learned, is ready to, shake things up and actually, go for the child support that she is so rightly due and deserves. So we're going to have to wait and see how that pans out. But in the preview, it looks as though she's going to have to take it to court to sue him for it because apparently, Gennaro at some point lawyered up. We'll find out more about that as the season progresses later on. And Angel Brings has to go and get some iron, infusions or something like that because her iron is low and she's going by herself. So I'm assuming at some point we'll see more about, the birth and that sort of thing. And we learn that she's having a C-section. The main drama of the episode was really Jackie and Brooke. And ultimately, after seeing, Brandy and Malaysia on the FaceTime together, Jackie says to Brooke, and this was kind of a misdirect where the preview showed us that Jackie says that she wishes that, in her heart, she felt like she never wanted to see Brooke again. But after seeing Brandy and Malaysia, on the FaceTime, she's just, ready to move forward with Brooke. And Brooke is like, I just don't want the disrespect. And if you want me to come on a trip, just don't lie to me about what it is. And basically, Brooke says that they could take baby steps to move back to where they used to be. And they ultimately hug it out and the ladies all toast. And that is the end. So for me, not a lot happened. It seemed very predictable. I can't give it the full 8 that I want to give it because I kind of felt like I knew what was going to happen. I felt like the promo was a bit of a misdirect. And there we have it with the season. And that's a wrap. It didn't even require a live conversation just because I felt like it would be too short to really dive into it. And most of our live conversations can be between 30 minutes to an hour. And to me, it just didn't warrant all that. So let me know what your thoughts were about the finale of Basketball Wives, at least for the first part of the season. And let me know what you guys think about this whole Melody, Martell, and Sheree situation. It's getting crazier and crazier by the day. I cannot wait for Love and Marriage Huntsville to be back on our screens. And with that being said, I will catch you in the next video.